Hello everyone, welcome.
Hello, welcome.
Sorry for the small delay, uh, but
Yeah,
probably because it's Wednesday. surprise,
sometimes things happen.
surprise stream on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey,
but
if everything goes alright, we will do 3 streams this week.
and this will be a premiere for
Yeah,
sure. uh, yeah, we started to love doing this together. So the
exactly.
backlog of games that we want to do live, it's getting bigger and bigger by the
Yeah,
day.
Klamath
And
keeps adding games, I keep adding games, Govich keeps adding games, and sometimes when we talk to Blue, he suggests games and stuff like. It's getting like my personal backlog, the infinite black hole of.
it's something normal in a way because everyone has a backlog that will never finish, that's for sure. And
that.
because now we are doing this for almost 1 year, I guess we are close to it.
Really close to that. I don't know exactly when the first. I will.
Not
I
year
will.
that, but we are getting
I
closer and
will
closer.
cheat and take a look.
We are not
Um,
there. I think we still need 2-3 months to get there.
the 8th of October, we you and I started.
Okay, so we still have a way to go. And it's normal that in time we added a lot of games. We have
Mhm,
this big list. It keep updating with
mhm.
what we want to do, and we decided let's clear what we already started. And
Yeah,
as you know, we always finish our games, so we don't make that kind of streams. We start a game and you don't see will not see the conclusion. We finish the games, and
unless the game is truly bad and we don't feel like it, but then we always communicate via Discord or community post, or but those chances are rather slim.
yeah, it's not the case with this game. We are trying something different. If it is for the first time you are seeing this stream, and it's possible because we had a big break, almost 2-3 months or something like that, I guess. And
Yeah.
Neko will make a short introduction to give us an idea where we are in the game, because even I
Indeed.
don't remember.
So the gist of the story so far is basically there is in this world there is some mark going around where you get bitten or infected or cursed, however you want to say it, by a certain ghost. This mark, if you leave it on your body, it will progress to such a level where you don't only get amnesia, but you get killed by the grudge of said ghost. We play as a main character. We can name ourselves, where we go and investigate these death marks since we have one ourselves. Currently, we are in the 3rd chapter of this game of the 5 main chapter and 1 bonus chapter, where um, 2 ghosts already got defeated. One where a boy basically transgender is going too far, but felt more wanted to do more feminine things in a society where those things were a bit oppressed, and we can fix him and stuff like that, which is a very sensitive subject these days. But that was the 1st chapter. In the 2nd chapter, we basically went to a forest which was famous for suicides, but there was also a cult living there, in disguise as a honey farm, and everybody committed suicide, but only the leader, his suicide didn't go through. And that was basically the story of the second chapter, where we let him move on. Now, in the third chapter, things will happen. So it's a very interesting. It's a very interesting game. I skipped over a lot of details, but I will fill you in while I am doing the voices of the characters, since this game is sort of a visual novel-ish horror game, but it's barely voice acted. It has some Japanese lines, but it's a lot of reading. But because that would be a bit boring for a stream, as a hobbyist actor, I do the voices. They are not perfect, but I do my best.
They are much better than my voice. Say thank you that I'm not doing this. And you'll have some fun with Neko tonight. And I will be the one controlling the game and making the decision. We made, let's say, a pact that if I'm going to choose something that will take us into a direction that will ruin the game, because it's possible to have a bad ending in this game, Neko will point me to save before. At least I can try doing it my way, and if things are not okay, we'll go back to the save. I think it happened once, no? Until now.
No, we are on the way of the good ending. The big difference, the big thing to decide which ending you will get is how you do the final spirit fight in each chapter. And basically it depends if you actually solve the grudge or not. And if you don't, you get in some trouble. But the thing is, you don't get a re-chance to go back to a previous chapter, finish it by solving the grudge. You will need to replay the whole game from that point on. And you still can get the bad chapter if you save just before the final fight in the 5th chapter. And then you can mess it up for the bad chapter and do it correctly for the good ending.
Yeah, maybe we'll do like this to see as much as we can from the game. And I think we just made our longest introduction. So I will get to the game now. Just one more thing. To feel for a retro vibe, I will be playing the game with my first ever controller. I have it from 2008. Yeah. And I got it for FIFA.
Yeah, I have the controller I use for speedrunning also next to me.
Yeah.
Oh, one final thing I have to say is there are some small jump scares in this game, so I don't know them all by head, so I can't warn in advance, but...
Well, it's a horror visual novel, so let's go.
Could you do me a favor and full screen on Discord here?
Yeah, sorry. Just one moment. And I will go to the other screen myself. And I think this one is from 21st of May. So they are not 3 months, only almost 2.
Yeah, I think we did this when other games couldn't go through.
Yeah. For me, I still hear the game a bit too loud, to be honest, Neko. So if you can check now with the music if our levels are okay on stream, would be great.
Okay, let me check.
because otherwise, I mean, I can lower the volume just for me, but I guess.
Yeah, I would lower the volume for you since it's pretty fine on the stream.
Okay. Okay. I'm good, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Full screen for you, and
Thank you.
I need to remember where I was. I need to check the choose the partner now, or I just need to
No.
exit.
I think you need to talk to what's her name again? To the talking doll, since we are in a giant mansion, which is basically our base of operations. We found the original owner of the mansion dead, and yeah, now we have our talking doll guiding us.
And you need to enter in the role.
Mm-hmm. So, are you retiring to bed? Good night. So this was basically ending the second chapter, which was a great chapter, you said previous time.
Yeah, much better than the first one. This is my personal opinion, of course.
I will read in a second, but I just minimized something I shouldn't have minimized. Okay. It has been 3 days since Shimio's defeat. Mashiro and Shu left, leaving only Christy and I in the mansion. We haven't got any new mark bearers arrive, nor any new information on spirits. Death's footsteps are drawing closer. Good work, Lady Christie and Lord Rand. Did you obtain any clues? No, nothing really. I hoped, but I see. Lady Sarah's studies seemed optimal to contain something of interest. Christy and I just finished investigating Sayakoju's study. Sayakoju is a famous spirit medium in this universe, but she is the one found dead in this mansion when our main character tried to visit her for more information on the mark he bears on his right arm. It had been full of mountains of specialized books and piles of reports. It was a daunting task, but we did our best to search through all of them regardless. Except it was futile. Everything was about healing the spirit. Nothing mentioned the mark at all. Hey, Mr. Rand? Don't you think it's useless to keep searching the mansion? You have other ideas then? Well, remember what I said about H, right?
I forgot.
What? Did you lose that memory? It's in the forest by H Castle. I was thinking, maybe the shrine is connected to all the spirit stuff. That's what Shimio's note said, right? Everything happened in the forest is a divine wrath of H-Shrine. Then you think the mark and the spirit activity are because of this divine wrath? It's definitely a possibility. Disasters happen in many ghost stories and myths because of wraths of gods. Isn't there value into looking into it? Well, that was lackluster. How very unreliable you are. Christy is brimming with confidence. She seems in a much better mood than she was 3 days ago. She's a famous reporter after all, so this is what she really is like. So, Mary, I would like to go see a shrine. You don't mind, don't you? It is true many unpleasant rumors surround that forest. If the cause is a shrine, there may be some clues there. But even if they are... if it's spiritual, then how normal humans like us are supposed to find it? Christy and I don't have any spiritual powers. In that case, could you bring me along with you to a shrine? I should be able to sense the presence of anything spiritual. I can act as a guide as well. You know that shrine? Yes, in truth, it enshrines the guardian deity of the Koju family. Over generations, the heads have taken care of the shrine. However, that came to an end after the recent war resolved. As one who serves the Kojus, I am concerned about its present state. Them bringing you along would mean... I have to carry you, haven't I? It is impossible for me to walk. I would agree with that assessment. I am sorry to inconvenience you. An overgrown forest in the dead of night. I'm not looking forward to having to carry Mary all the way up to that shrine. You look worn out and we haven't left yet. It's a small price to pay if we can get any hints about spirits. Yeah, that's true. I think Mary is eager about this too, so I just have to deal with it, I suppose. Okay, let's go back to the forest. Before we leave, we put Mary in the back seat. Thank God she is not as heavy as she looks. To tell that to a woman. I think that's a death sentence. Anywho.
And it's not even true, I mean, she doesn't look heavy, to me at least.
Yeah, wood can be deceptively heavy. I should be able to carry her just fine. By the way, Mr. Rand, have you read the files over there? She points at the right side of the room and shelves packed with files. No, not yet. I searched most of the mansion, but I haven't started checking the garage. Oh, really? Christy grabs a file and flips through the pages. Looks like articles on various crimes. The clippings cover every incident in each city and the surrounding area. Was Miss Conjure looking into criminal activity? Any of it look related to the mark? No, not as far as I can tell. These are all extremely old. The most recent is dated 5 years ago. She puts the file back. Alright, should we head out soon? I park outside the entrance of the forest and gather Mary into my arms. We make our way to a familiar arc. There is still a long way to go. A middle-aged man carrying a doll. You're practically a ghost star yourself if someone sees you here. I am very sorry to cause you such trouble. Mary stares up at me as I hold her. Her skin and her hair glint bewitchingly when the light from the flashlight catches them. I have not been outside in a long time. And to go hiking in the arms of such a fine gentleman. This is a very precious experience. The sound is dispassionate as always. But is she actually having fun? Still, it is just as the rumors say. The forest is filled with the curses and resentment of the dead. Simply their presence is enough to drive the living mad. The land is tainted. I can't see why it has given birth to such monstrous spirits. I bet if you track down the cause of it, it will be divine breath. Let's hurry to that shrine. Remember the bees. Anywho, we reach an old torii gate with no trouble. We stand and watch for a while, but nothing comes out of the beehives. They seem to be sleeping. It is most likely because Shimio is now gone. Each shrine is up those stone steps. At Mary's direction, we walk towards the gate. A small black shadow flits across our feet. It's that rabbit again. So this is the rabbit you told me about, Lord Rand. You are correct. It's very cute. The rabbit stares up at the two of us. And then disappears towards the shrine. What in the world was that about? What do you think, Mary? I felt a strange presence. It appears to be possessed by some kind of soul. So it's the spirit then too. Indeed. So it does not appear to have given marks to the humans. We know nothing of its true nature, so please proceed with caution. We follow the rabbit underneath the Torii gate and up the stone steps. At the top, we find wilderness creeping in. There doesn't seem to be anything here but an old altar. Is it a shrine? Sadly, it has fallen into disrepair. The war was over 50 years ago, but I was supposed this was to be expected. That black rabbit now is gone. Deserted shrines give me the creeps. Let's hurry up and get searching so we don't stay here for long. There is a sacred rope on a ragged boulder. I wonder if that boulder is an Iwakura. What's that? According to ancient Shinto tradition, it's a sacred rock that the gods descended upon. It's uncommon for the rock itself to become an object of devotion. It's a wooden shrine altar. A clouded mirror serves as the Go Shintai. Looks like it's true that no one has taken care of this place for a long time. I peek inside an altar just in case, but all I find is a thick layer of dust. The Go Shintai is outside and the altar is empty. That's concerning. Headless Buddha statues are buried in the ground. Creepy. I wonder what happened here. I don't think there is any more we can search. The Buddha statues concern me. Why are all the ones with the shrine at the shrine missing their heads? Shinto and Buddhism were ordered to be separated during the Meiji period. Before then, many shrines were dedicated to both. Each shrine was much the same. But in the Meiji period, there was a push to make Shinto the main religion. The faiths were forced apart. Extremists stole the Buddhist statues from shrines and desecrated them. Oh, the famous anti-Buddhist movement. So this is where it happened. No, it's done in public space as they wanted to make a show out of it. The broken statues were carried here to serve a memorial for worship. The Kojo family head was said to be aggrieved, so he moved them in secret. It seems that all broken statues from around 8 city were buried here. That's strange. You said they were being worshipped, but this place is pretty much ruined. You have a keen eye, Lord Brand. The shrine was subsequently dug up, and the statues were stolen. So they came all the way into this huge forest just to carry off some broken statues. Who would do something like that? That I don't know. I merely heard they were stolen 50 years ago, around the time of the war. So these statues were broken, thrown away, and then dug up. And they say Buddha has a world of patience, but he would get angry. Would that anger have turned into the divine wrath and given birth to the mark and the spirits? Mary, have you been able to feel the presence of any spirits or whatever? About that. This land is much foreboding than I have imagined. The amenity of the forest shallows all else. It's hard to sense beneath it. Well, too much background noise then. Yes, although I do sense the same presence as Lady Christie's mark, however faint. I'm sure the spirit that gave her a mark is somewhere in this forest. So after all, we were only able to reconfirm what we only knew. Forgive me, I was unable to. You don't have to apologize, Mary. We learned plenty of value here. What do you mean? I will tell you on the way back. First, let's get the hell out of here. This place gives me the creep. Maybe it's the ill will that Mary sensed. Now, before you go out of here, just a little side story as a recap is, usually when the spirit is defeated, when the curse is lifted, when the grudge is fulfilled, then the mark on the person's bitten by said ghost or spirit disappear. Lord Rent, our main character, his mark hasn't disappeared since the past two spirits. Lady Christie, who we met in the previous chapter, her mark also didn't disappear.
I guess we are done here, no? Only if
Indeed,
something
my man.
underneath ourselves.
We will leave this place. We leave Atrine walking down the beast trail towards the forest entrance. Maybe it's because of that strange tale, but for some reason, I felt somebody was watching us from the darkness. We began driving back to the mansion. As we break out of the dense forests, I can see a building lights pop up here and there. Well, that was a complete waste of time. My anxiety lifted. I don't even bother to filter the words that slip out of my mouth. I don't think that was true. It's all coming together for me. Without further prodding, Christie starts on her theory, passionate evidence in her voice. I believe Shimio was right. Atri is definitely what's causing all the strange stuff in the forest. I'm sure it's those stolen statues. Don't you agree? I wonder. It feels like we just don't have enough info at this point, or some way or another. There is no denying that there is a lot of strange stuff going on in that forest. Between all the suicides, Shimio wandering around. It couldn't be just a coincidence, couldn't it? If we research the shrine, we might learn more about the mark. I feel that's a lot safer than risking our lives looking for a spirit. Don't you think? Yeah, you might be right. My replies are half-hearted, which isn't what Chrissy was hoping for, so she fell silent. An awkward, uncomfort... That word. Silence settles. Lord Rand, please stop the car. Mary speaks for the first time since we entered the car. What is it? I sense a presence similar to Lady Christie's mark close by. Following Mary's request, I park in a vacant rest stop on the outskirts of H City. Christy and I step out of the car. Max is suddenly scolding. Is something nearby? Look. Someone's over there. Small girl steps out of the telephone box. Why is a kid out of this time at night? Thank you for bringing me out of here this late at night, Ida. I got to talk with iCUE morning. Oh yeah? Glad to hear it. A rather young man appears, stepping out of the shadows. You got your questions answered, Soju? Suzu? Yeah, it's okay now. And Ayumi sure is amazing though. She knows where everything is. Ah, you got that right. She helped me to find my limited edition Love and Hero phone strap I dropped. What's Love and Hero? Ah, you don't know? It's a popularity group here. They have been all over TV lately. I'm surprised you haven't heard. TV is restricted at home. Mom says it rots your brain. Oh, Ita, is the bus coming soon? Yeah, the last bus is on its way. We better go. We will be in big trouble if your mom finds out where we went. Yeah. We watched from a distance for a while, but it's hard to determine their relationship. The pain of my scar is suddenly gone. Wait, Christy. What do you think? I turned to Christy, and she isn't there. Hey, you, what do you know about this girl? Depending on your answer, I will report you for child abduction. Well, Well, there goes Christy, hounding the poor guy. Just calm down. I tried to placate her, but she wouldn't budge. I. The man stumbles over his words. He looked flustered and overwhelmed. Hey, lady! Don't be mean to Ita. The girl rushes over to stand defensively in front of him and glares at us. She seems a lot more level-headed than the flustered guy behind her. I asked him to help me, okay? I want to talk to Hanayomi, so I had him to come with me. Who is this Hanayomi you keep mentioning? A ghost who helps to find things. People say you can talk to her from this telephone box. A ghost, huh? She looks at me. We are both thinking the same thing. Earlier, the mark was hurting, so maybe... You guys look serious. What's going on? He nervously glances between us. Does this car look familiar at all? I showed them my mark on my right arm. Hey, hold on. What's this? They look exactly like mine. He pulls on one of his gloves and reveals the mark on his hands. It's that scar, yeah. I saw an article on it on ASRock Monthly. They say it causes amnesia and it kills you, but that's nonsense. It's not all true, right? So, like he heard the rumors but chose to do nothing about it. That's no surprise, really. It's tough to believe that it's real until your memory loss starts to become noticeable. I've got one of those too. It showed up on my left wrist when I made the falcon earlier. Pulling up her sleeve, she shows us her mark. They both have the mark, and after calling Hanayomi. That's more than a coincidence. Well, we can't just leave them here. Let's bring them to the mansion. What's going on? We will tell what's going on and ask them to go to Kojoi's mansion with us. It surprisingly doesn't take them much to get them to come. I thought it would take more convincing. Could partially be because they missed the last bus while talking to us. Before they climb in, I warn Mary to stay quiet until we get back. Might be a bad idea to freak them out. Or they will freak out when they hear a talking doll. First, we introduced ourselves. The man's name is Aita Nakamatsu. Nakamatsu, yeah. The girl's name is Seiyuu Moriyama. They tell us they met through the readers column in ASRock Monthly. Sojo mentioned she was interested in Hanayomi, and Aita told her what he knew. Then she pestered him into bringing her to the rumored telephone box. They were out this late because of her. Her parents sound very strict. Her mother keeps a close eye on her after school and she needs permission to go out. She snuck out of the house after her mother went to bed. Hanayumi is just famous at my school as Hanohiko is. Hey, Aita. Please tell him about the rumors. Do I have to? Okay, fine. Aita reluctantly tells her that Suzo's request. There are just rumors I heard, but... Hey, remember that one story? You know, the one about the public phone box in H City? There is a ghost that looks like a bride, and she will find anything you're looking for. My friends actually tried it.
I need 1 minute, Neko, sorry.
No problem.
To make a refill. Just in time for the next chapter, at the start of the chapter, officially.
Exactly. So far we just got the introduction and yeah, maybe you might see it here, but keep talking and do the voices and I chug a lot of water for the voice acting since otherwise it's tricky doing on the fly voice levels, and I'm always impressed when I see people like Seth MacFarlane from Family Guy do all those voices from the top of his head, like Stewie, and Brian, and then Peter, and then Cleveland's, and no, Cleveland is somebody else. I mean, yeah, whatever. So, anyhow, I'm going to say this to Rand in a moment, but story-wise, this is one of my favorite chapters in this game. This, and closely the next chapter, but I'm not going to talk too much about the next chapter to avoid spoilers, but the whole underlying story underneath the third chapter, dang. When you just think about it. So, also, I'm very sorry if I keep stumbling about certain words, especially Japanese names. They aren't my forte, and even talking then in a language I haven't mastered. But this music, lovely. So, the thing I was saying to the viewers earlier is, if you would ask me what my favorite chapter from the original 6 chapters is, I would say this chapter, the 4th chapter, so the chapter after this, and the bonus chapter. Those are my favorite chapters. But I can't honestly choose between them. So, but the underlying story underneath this, what happened, and the grudge and everything, chef's kiss.
Okay, let's get to it.
He went to the Pacific's phone box that lets you talk with the ghost. The phone suddenly starts ringing. He slowly picked up the phone, but all he could hear was a weird smacking noise. He stayed on the line until... Do you see it? He heard a woman whisper. So he did what the rumors said to do and said, no, I haven't seen it. And then she said, what do you want to see? My cat had gone missing, so he asked where it was. When he looked where the woman said it was really there. So the rumors are totally true. I want to go ask her about my future bride now. Ah, come on, go with me. There. I carry Mary from the car and gently place her back on the sofa. Being in your arms is not bad, but I'm mostly calm when I'm here. The doll already talked? I can't say I expected that. Then that does mean that all the stuff about the mark is true. On the way over, we updated Soju and Aita with just all what they needed to know. They may not completely believe us, but they are not rejecting it outright either. It seems like Aita in particular already experienced some memory loss. Something about forgetting the names of anime characters or voice actors. Christy looks at them strange, but he appears to be taking it quite seriously. And Soju snuck out of her house because she believed all the rumors about Hayanome. They both believed in the occult already. I'm pretty sure they will help us find a way out to escape the lock. Granted, they are also pretty curious about Hayanome. Pardon me, but may I speak? The marks on Soju and Aita, they are likely from Hayanome. And Lady Christie, the feeling I sent from your mark is the same as theirs. So we can assume that Hayanome also gave you the mark. Do you recall encountering her? Something weird did happen. Right before I entered the forest, I stepped into the phone box on H Mountain. The phone rang out of nowhere. Oh, that might be because of that. The telephone box is at the rest area, also in the rumors of Hayanome. But I didn't pick up. It freaked me out, so I left. I was never able to give that person one final call because of that. Who are you talking about? It's not for children to know. So there are other phone boxes like that. I think there are 3 that Hayanome will call from. There is the one into each highway parking lot. The one is the mountain rest area. That's where Miss Christie went to. And Aita, where's the last one? At the park by the apartment complex. It's the only one inside the city. But why just those 3 locations? Dunno, the BBS I read didn't say. Mister, do you really think Hanayomi is the one who gave us the marks? But the rumors about Hayanomi go back 5 years. And no one ever mentioned that if you call her, you will get a mark. Ah, Soju's right. Rumors about the mark popped up super recently. So you're saying Hayanomi hasn't always been giving out the mark? If that's true, I wonder what triggered the change. Of course, I can't really say, seeing as I don't know anything about spirits. A ghost helping people... A ghost helping people to find what they are looking for. That's pretty strange. Definitely the definition of a ghost story. Hey, Mr. Rand. If those rumors are true, why don't we ask where the stolen statues are? If we return them to the places, it might just save our lives. Search for the Buddha statues. If Christie's right, we might be able to escape the mark without fighting a spirit. Mary, what do you think? A good question. Objects with human forms are easily to gain inexplicable powers. Bleeding stone statues, cursed dolls, there are many examples. Historically, statues of gods and Buddhas would certainly be no exception. Asking Hayanomi about them would be a good idea. Just as the doll before our eyes that has inexplicable power to talk. Maybe it wouldn't be strange that the Buddha statues could be giving down divine wrath. Rand, may I add, as I explained previously, your mark is... it's different from the others. Vanquishing spirits seems to weaken your mark's power. It has been several days since she told me I was going to die. Taking care of the spirits we encounter is likely I'm still among the living. What are you trying to say? I cannot say what the relationship is between your mark and Hayumi. But it's true, it's in your best interest to track down spirits. I hope you will guide these mark bearers this evening as well. I can't really picture Christine and Ida facing off against a spirit by themselves. If they failed, then the child would suffer the deadly consequences. That would weigh heavily on me. There's no turning back, but I will figure something out. Thank you. Mary bows her head slightly. Now, you should begin investigating Hayanome. Why does she call from 3 public phones within each city? Her secret may lie in the answer. You visited the parking lot already.
よろしくお願いいたします。
Please investigate the mountain and the apartment complex. Just to save yourself some time, save.
Okay. System, no?
No, pressing X.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I will leave you free, my man.
Let's see. We'll go with only one partner, no?
Yeah. So basically, Mary is always saying you can only take one additional Morg bearer. Since the more Morg bearers you bring, the more likely it is you attract the wrath of the spirit. Basically, it's in a way to explain a game mechanic. The only thing what I also gonna say is remember, maybe from the previous chapter, that sometimes a certain individual is needed.
Of course, but I cannot know from the beginning. I will presume that I need to go with Christy, where she supposedly met the ghost, no?
I'm not gonna confirm nor deny.
I will try with Christy, even if he's not the new ones, one of the new ones. Oh yeah, I was already with her, and let's exit then.
Now you can choose if you go to the rest area or the park first.
Okay, I think the park, no? You let me explore.
I'm gonna be less of a guy than the previous 2 chapters.
Very good, very good. Do that.
I see a small park tucked between all of the looming apartment buildings. There is no one here. I guess everyone is already asleep. Notice the 3 lit apartments, but that's beside the point. They said this was the phone booth from the Hayanome rumors, right? Would a spirit really appear in the middle of a city like this? Rumors say the phone is supposed to ring if you waited by it for a little while. I'm guessing waiting outside doesn't hurt. Probably not. It would ring after I would step in it. But the booth is too small for 2 people. Either I or Christy will have to go in. You aren't thinking I will do it, are you? Dangerous jobs are best left for men. I guess I just have to go in. It's cramped inside and almost impossible to move around at all. I would be a sitting duck if a spirit attacked me while I'm here. The clouded glass makes it hard to see outside. That makes me just a bit more nervous. I wonder how long I have to wait until the phone rings. To pause the time, I glance around at the inside of the boot. There is a poster attached to the window. Young woman kidnapped. A local woman was kidnapped close to this location. If you were a witness to this crime, please notify the police. MPD. This is dated 5 years ago. Looks like something terrible happened in here. The phone begins to ring. I hesitantly reach out and pick it up. The only sound I hear is a dial tone. No one is speaking. What's going on? Suddenly there is a strange noise. Crunching, smacking, like the lips, like the sound of saliva and as someone chews. ASRock. Tucked into the smacking is a woman's voice. The voice is creepy, cold, and chills me down to the bone. Is this Naomi? You see it. She asked for a second time. Rumors mention that I should say. Very seriously, I say, I haven't seen it. What do you want to see? It's going exactly as the rumor said. And Naomi is supposed to tell you the location of whatever you're looking for. Christy taught me to ask about the Buddha questions that were stolen from 8 Shrine. I will give it a try. Buddha, statues, Lord, Buddha. Doesn't your arm already have the mark of the Buddha on it? Tell me, you want a new Buddha? Why are you doing that? Tell me. Oh, tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me, 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 tell me. The line goes dead. The woman's scream is still ringing into my ears. I feel sick. It must be because of my brush with the blood-curdling insanity. Why didn't she answer my question? What was differently from all the others asked? The mark on my arm burns dully, like it's reminding me it exists. Maybe this is why she was acting strangely. And she did say something of the effect that Buddha gave me this mark. Was he just too insane to differentiate between Buddha and a mysterious spirit? Or is the mark really the work of divine red from the Buddha statues? I wait a while longer, but the telephone doesn't ring again. There is no point at staying here. As soon as I leave the booth, Christy comes up to me. You don't look well. What happened? I tell Christy about my conversation with Hayanonomi. What? That's not in rumors. Christy's brow furrows in confusion. Should we go check out the other phone box for now? Maybe there is a clue there. We could also see if you can ask her again. There is no time to get lost in thought. The last phone box is at the H Mountain rest area in the other direction. We will head there after stopping at the mansion. It's probably wise to ask Mary what she knows since it's on the way. Oh dear, oh dear.
Accident happened.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
ghost.
I spilled stuff on the floor.
Okay. Until then, we'll go back to the mansion. And we'll tell Mary what happened at the phone box.
お疲れ様です。
Yeah, a little pause would be maybe 2 minutes or so.
Okay. We'll make a short pause then. Do not be Neko too stressed. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit too close to the fans of my PC.
Yeah. Exactly when it gets interesting, man. I'm finding new information about our mark. So my mark is very strong, my man. I think that's the reason.
Thank you.
Okay, I will say you now that on Friday we're gonna play a new game, Super Liminal, proposed by the Kovic and NekoJonez, and they said that it's a really great game, which we can do in one session. I mean, I can do it. I hope I will do it. So we'll try to do this Friday, and of course on Saturday we'll have our indie stream as usual. We'll continue the Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, but for now I think Neko it's ready to continue. Everything fine? Still has some problems there. And on our backlog we just added a new game. It's for the future. It's Prey, the first Prey from 2006, the one that everyone seems to forgotten now because of the new one. It's pretty good, the reboot that came a few years ago. But the Prey game from 2006 has a really nice story as a game and as a development story of that game. And you'll find out when we'll get to it very soon. But now let's get back to the ghost story.
You were talking about Superliminal on Friday, or?
Not only that, yeah.
But yeah, we will get more into that on Friday.
Exactly.
I'm sorry that I spilled my glass, but it was too close to my computer, and I just have it for 2 weeks now, and it's an expensive boy. So anyhow, you say Hanayomi acted strangely. She called the spirit that cursed you with the mark Buddha. I cannot say I know what she saw, but from what she said, she's not likely to respond to our question. That does not mean she does not understand you, however. Use any method to obtain as much information as you can. So basically, Mary doesn't know anything. The phone booth and solitary? Oh yeah, solitary. On the edge of the vacant rest area. An endless sea of trees stands behind it. Christy must have run into the forest after she heard the phone ring. I can hear a dog bark from nearby. Sounds sad, but I'm probably just imagining it. Christy doesn't seem bothered by it. She's completely focused on the phone box. I must gotten my mark from Hayanome back then. But I was completely oblivious. I wasn't exactly in the right state of mind. Well, now that I'm here, I still have no idea why Hayanome hung up on me. I followed the rumors exactly. Where did I go wrong? I scratched my head. Don't adhere it to the gossip. Defy it. Suddenly I hear that strange voice again. Gossip. In other words, the rumors. What will happen if I don't follow the rumors? Christy, go back to the call. There's something I want to try. But it might just end up backfiring on me. Sure? I don't know what you are going to do, but please be careful. Oh, and I almost forgot. I have a message from